we're going to spend a little bit of time on this. We got to talk about it. So for those that don't know the story, I had to cancel Dave Smith because Dave Smith refused to come on my podcast. That's kind of it. I'm gonna play the video. I'm gonna pause and talk over it and stuff and point out some things. But before we do that, I want to go through some of the comments because the comments are just beautiful. Like, you all autistic folks are just joys. It's like, let me start by saying, for those that aren't familiar with libertarians and stuff, we call each other in a degrading yet loving way. We call each other autistic because we probably are. Like, legitimately, not like joking. It is used as a joke, but libertarians, there's a reason why a lot of libertarians, most libertarians, the vast majority of libertarians are men, and they are focused on law and Robert's Rules of Order shit and theoretical politics and economics and everything. Like, who in your normal life growing up do you know that acted that way? It was like, there was like one person out of each class, and now we know that they were probably severely autistic, who couldn't function and they spent all their time doing really nerdy shit. Yeah, those guys all grew up to be libertarians. And that's fine, because the autistic folks are gonna be the only thing that we have to save the world at this point. And I've said before on the show, the painful irony is when the vaccines that we were given as a child turned us all autistic, and now we use that autism, we weaponize it to take down the vaccines and the government. That's what we're going for. That's what I'm working for. I hope it's what you're working for. But then there's some people that are like the bad kind of autism, where they just don't understand anything. I don't even know any of these types of people in real life. I know a lot of autistic people in real life, actually. I have a lot of family that's autistic. I don't know anybody who functions less, successfully online than some of these people on Twitter. We're going to go through some comments here. We'll just jump in, see what happens. You saw the video at the beginning, so you know what we're talking about here. I don't have to play it all for reference, but we'll get into some points here in a bit. Here's what the internet had to say about my cancellation of Dave Smith. First off, starts pretty tame, pretty mild. From anarcho-populist, he says, yes, I am calling people out, all y'all motherfuckers, calling you out by name. Because y'all, I don't have any problem with the anarcho-populist. I'm not super familiar, but yeah, they're obviously on my side of this cancellation. But is this a case? This says, is this the case Archie has been working on? And I saw a lot of people saying that. That is a reference to a debate that some dude named Archie Flowers had with Dave Smith like a year ago, where he brought one meme to an hour-long debate and tried to use that to cancel Dave Smith. That is what that is a reference to, and that should give you, right off the bat, just a little snippet of how autistic we are. We're still referencing such relevant people as Archie Flower in a debate on Lions of Liberty from like a year ago where he did poorly. I love that kind of humor because I'm one of y'all, and I fully endorse it. So, goes on, spices up a little bit. Edgar Friendly says, this is what you do in your spare time. God bless you, good sir. So, still fairly mild, but, he's, yes, to answer your question, yes. So I said it's my cross to bear. I do have my responses in some of these. These are screen grabs for the people listening to the audio version, so I can't really scroll down or get the full conversations and everything. You can go find it. It's all up there. And I did say like an hour ago that this video would have more views than the Libertarian National Party's mandate video by the end of this episode. And I didn't even get to starting the episode. Even if I had started it on time, I was already crushing them before I even hit record. So there's that. We'll look at the views here in just a bit. If you guys in the chats have the view numbers, feel free to drop them in the chats so I don't have to go digging. But yes, it's my cross to bear. And yes, this is what I do in my spare time. I literally woke up in bed one night and I was like, it'd be fucking funny as hell. And would get some attention from a person that I'm trying to get on the show. I'm pretty shameless when it comes to that type of thing, but I am tactful. And this was not an accident. This is not what some people seem to assume. This looks like unhinged reeing. So achievement not unlocked. That's from Rational Mirror. Rational Mirror. And I said, in response to that, I said, I'm glad you understand, with prayer hands emoji. So already they think these are kind of in order as well of when they came in. So you'll get kind of my thought process as it was happening. But I knew this would get a bunch of traction. I did it with the intention of what I think Ethan Klein's intention was, which was to get a bunch of attention. It's not by accident that my podcast name is in this hit piece video, like, I don't know, 12 times or something. And yes, this is what I like to do in my spare time. I am a weird person. I thought this would be hilarious, and I didn't care if Dave Smith came on the show or not. Like, I would love to have him on the show, and I look forward to one day loving having him on the show. But this was obviously a joke, as you guys saw in the video. This is a joke. Like we all got that here in the chat, right? Is there anybody in the chat that didn't realize this was a joke? Because there's a lot of people who thought this was not a joke. Like Will Kretz. He says, man, you're just looking for money. Yes, I made bank off this thing. It took me like half a day, a couple hours, put it up, made bank. I'm just rolling in dough right now because of this thing. Just looking for money. Didn't make a single point about what he got wrong. Just sad emoji. He won't come on my podcast, sad emoji. And I said, I responded with, I know, right? Let's see him run from this. So a lot of times I would turn this into if I could turn it into playing dumb that they're actually on my side talking about Dave Smith. But no, I'd like to give people the benefit of the doubt and assume that they understand what jokes are. These are the ones that got the bad sperm or something. Jazz Flute at Jazz_Flute_ on Twitter says, no clue who you are and never heard of your show, in quotation, of your show. It's a show, by the way. And just so you know, I'm talking about you on that show currently. He says, but this is weird as fuck. And then has a cringe face. Yes. Thank you. My response, of course, is this guy gets it. Yes, it is weird as fuck. And that's kind of my thing, if you haven't figured that out. I get some really weird ideas, and then I go balls to the wall at them, and then I put them out, and it works out about like 2% of the time. So pretty good strike record so far. Honestly, like this podcast and most of what I do it for my own personal entertainment. Like, I'm trying to entertain you. I'm trying to give you information and all that. I've got this like crazy goal of making the world a better place and stuff. And I'm trying to, put some libertarianism out there into the world and help people wake up to the shit that they're living under, the matrix that they're in. That's part of it. But I'm mostly here to make myself laugh a little bit. Like, I was in bands and stuff before all this, and I never made a dime off that, and I learned to be perfectly fine with not making a dime off my art. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just know, for all your seething, I am laughing my fucking ass off. Just know. All right, moving on. Back to Will Kretz. Yes, we do have some updates on some of these. He's the one who, the last one before this last one, who said that the podcast would just make money. And I said, I know, right? See him run from this. And he said, dude, you're nobody. Even I have better things to do than debate you. Good, I wasn't even inviting you on the show. I don't even want to be having this conversation right now. But he says, I have better things to do than debate you. I'm sure you do. Like, I don't know, reading or focusing on like what words people are saying and when you're being duped or something. Like, if this level of dupery is what triggers you, what is going to happen to these people when Dave Smith actually does announce that he's running for president and he gets actual attacks from people who don't love him like I do? Like, are they going to lose their fucking minds or what? Because I like Dave Smith and did this as a joke, which comedian, mind you, Dave Smith seemed to understand that it was a joke. I could be wrong. We'll dig into more later. But what are these people going to do when actual people that don't like Dave Smith are attacking Dave Smith? It's going to be like, hey, you're dumb. Yes. Yes, I am. And I say that quite often, actually. Even I have better things to do. Props to the video editor, though. Thanks, bud. Thank you. I hired one of the best. I would recommend maybe even the Libertarian Party should hire him someday. I don't know. Turned shit into a shit sandwich. It's good. It's real good. And I responded with hashtag Autistic Lives Matter, obviously. So there's that. And Brian S. at HLefty2020. And I'm not asking any of you to give these people the time of day online. That is not why I'm calling them out. I don't want you to go attack them or say they're stupid. If you want to go like defend me in the thread that we're actually in, great. But don't like seek these people out and harass them, or don't even seek them out and interact with them outside of this one thing, because that just gives these people it gives them the time of day that they're looking for. That is the troll food. Stop feeding the trolls, okay? This is embarrassing for everyone involved. Yes. There were so many people involved in this production, this really high quality, really high budget production that we did. Everyone should be ashamed of themselves. Imagine putting this much energy into another man that you're not sexually involved with. Very sad. Aw. I don't have a sad sound here, but that's a good one. Yes, imagine putting this much energy. I spent half a day, and I spent that half a day. I justify spending half of a work day putting that together, because here's the thing, guys. I am a business owner and a business person, and you know what happens when a whole lot of people overnight go and like and share your shit? Do you think it's better for business, or do you think it's worse for business? Just curious. You probably don't know. It's better, just so you know. So for the podcast and for video stuff, they kind of link together, and I put out a video about Dave Smith that a whole lot of people shared, that a whole lot of people liked, that you got mad about, and I also don't want to make it seem like, this anger is the majority of the people that watch the video, because probably 85 to 90% of y'all got it. I'm sure everybody in this chat is smart enough to get it, but clearly some people did not. For those that did not, here's the thing, guys. More views, good. Less views, bad. And another thing, if I had Dave Smith on my show yesterday, do you think an hour to 2 hour episode of me just having a sit-down conversation with Dave Smith would have gotten me more than whatever I have right now, like 40-something thousand views on Twitter? Do you think it would have gotten more than that? Or do you think it would have gotten less than 40-something thousand views on Twitter? Here, what you have to realize is people like to laugh at things, and people are ADHD always. So give them something funny that they like. I'm going to give you guys some business lessons. I'll give you some peeks behind the curtain of how I run my show here. I don't care. Do it better than me. Go for it. I don't care if you have my secrets. I wish you would. LNC, I'm looking at you. But yeah, it's very sad. Very sad. It's embarrassing for everyone involved. Imagine putting this much energy into it. Spent a half a day, bud. And it was for a promo video for my show that got the outcome that I was looking for. So thanks for your positive feedback. And where were we? Oh, shit. I closed the wrong one. Let me see. Nope. Not yet. Not yet. Let me find where we were here in my list of sad people. Oh, yeah. I responded to that with, you assume my sexual involvement, obviously. And he says back, is this a scorned ex situation? And is this your revenge? And of course, to that I said, yes, at Comic Dave Smith. I'm tagging Dave in all these things too, just so he has to deal with this as well. Yes, at Comic Dave Smith gave me 12 shots and tricked me into starting a family together. Then one day, he went out for a pack of jewels and never came back. This is what you got to do, guys, because we're especially going into the Reno stuff. If you're down with, you don't have to be for, I don't know, the takeover or whatever. I think all of you are probably, but regardless of what you think about the takeover, if you want the Libertarian Party to be better, this is how I think we need to start handling things. Just troll them right back when they're too dumb to figure it out. Don't try and what good would it have done to explain to these people? If you don't get that this is a joke, I don't know what value you could possibly have in me spending time trying to convince you of free market capitalist ideas and anarchy. Like, maybe they probably already do have those ideas, but just in general, I think this is the right way to move forward and deal with stuff like this. Don't spend too much of your time explaining to people who don't want to understand you. Like, there's no bigger waste of time in life than trying to explain to somebody who refuses to understand you. Like, I'm not saying never explain. I'm saying if you can tell right off the bat this person is just looking for an axe to grind and they just want to stir up some shit, just give them a little troll back. Maybe respond once or twice, or as long as it's funny, keep responding. But as soon as you're like, yeah, this guy's not worth it, take a look at their whatever, their profiles. See how many subscribers they have or how many followers they have. It doesn't really matter, but it matters a little bit, because if they've got like 0 to 10 people that follow them, they either don't really have opinions. They're not like digging into the stuff or learning or putting their thoughts out there other than to shit talking other people. But more likely, in probably a lot of times, they're sock accounts or people that make fake accounts to troll you. So definitely don't spend your time or waste your time trying to reason with somebody who their intent is to not be reasoned with. I think I've exhausted that. Speaking of exhausting things and spending way too much time exhausting them, let's get back to some of these comments. Yes, we read that one. From Troy Thomas VA, Troy Thomas VO at gmail.com. Yes, he put his own email in his Twitter handle, so that's on him. Says, Elul, I swear I thought this was a sketch. You're close. You were this close, man. You almost had it. But not quite. But you hate to see him. I don't know. Whatever. He says, I swear I thought this was a sketch. My response was, I thought so too at first. I sincerely couldn't believe that big talking at Comic Dave Smith is such a coward. And he said, so I'm spinning that back on him, obviously. He said, LOL, I appreciate the hustle, Dan. If this was a real attempt, it's rough, but it was entertaining. So at least this guy, he's nice about it. I think he started to figure it out, but he still wasn't admitting. If you're listening, bud, we're going to go over the video again here in a minute. I'm going to break down some very key points that if you had noticed things or watched the video at all, you'd realize how silly you sound. That is all. Okay, I keep closing these before I can open the next one, so I can't tell which one's next. So Aaron says, oh no, it's Aaron. At oh no, it's Aaron says, I genuinely can't tell how many of Dave's fans are outraged to further the bit or if they actually are taking this seriously. I know, right? I can't, there's a part of me that, these comments aren't smart enough or witty enough for me to think that they're not serious. So I'm pretty sure a lot of them, or most of them, or maybe even all of them are. But if there might be somebody out there that's just rage trolling me even harder than I'm trolling them. And that's why I posted earlier today. I was like, yes, we are spending a lot of time talking about Twitter on today's episode. Deal with it. It's my show. I'm back. It was a good vacation. If you couldn't tell, I got real well rested. And then I came back and went to a funeral. So that was fun. Who cares? We don't need to talk about that. It was a sad funeral, but it happens. Not COVID related, by the way. Yeah, so I can't tell either, and it's to the point where I'm like, am I, if you're looking around and everybody's, mad at you for a joke that you told, and you're like, I got you, maybe I'm the autistic one if nobody gets my jokes. I don't really care. I probably would land on the spectrum in some capacity or something. There's a lot of people, like I said, there's a lot of people in my family who do officially. I've never been tested for it, so I don't know. But you decide from this nonsense whether or not you think that's accurate. But am I the autistic one? Or are you the autistic one? Or are they the normal ones that just don't understand my autistic joke? Or is my joke fucking funny? I know it is. They're too autistic to get it. I don't know. You decide. But it is also funny that comedian Dave Smith, comedian, guy who gets a lot of shit for offensive jokes that he's told because certain people are too autistic to understand his jokes, so they get mad and rage against Dave Smith. They're the people, or I'm getting the same thing in reverse. People are getting mad at me because they don't understand my jokes about Dave Smith, which I find absolutely hilarious, of course. And it's funny, you can tell, like, in the comments, you can tell which people are fans of Dave Smith because of his comedy, and which people are fans of not that all libertarians are taking this the wrong way, because most of his fan base at this point, I'm sure, is libertarian, but you can tell right away which ones are definitely libertarian, right? But yeah, whatever. It's pretty funny. It's funny. I like having a laugh about it. That is all. From everything I've seen, I'd say he was justified. You're giving off, I pet dogs too hard. Only one O in that too, sir. Sorry. Giving off, I pet dogs too hard vibes is what he accused me of. And of course, my response to that was, dogs are literally Hitler. Why would I pet Hitler? Stop making excuses for cowardice. If you're not familiar with that reference, go to thesystemisdown.tv/store, I think, and you can get the Dogs Are Literally Hitler t-shirt. And if you still don't know what that reference is, you can go back like 3 years and find the episode, because I don't care. Somebody else says, Archie Flowers removes his Dan Smott suit. The case has been made. Yes, so another person with that reference. And of course, my response to that was, laughing face. It was a tight fit, but it was all worth it. Yeah. Hey, man. This is from Dom Vencinia. Hey, man. If you want folks to subscribe to your ideas, don't make low IQ attack videos. My angry 17-year-old son does this. It doesn't work. That was 100% the joke. You want to talk about low IQ? How about you talk about the person who can watch something that is very specifically, deliberately, clearly a joke, and you don't get it? So, of course, I said to that, you should have been a better father. Because his son is evil like me or something. And then he went on to say, indeed, my lack of fathering has led to this. That's my kid's excuse. Okay, so you're admitting you're a bad father. Thank you. He says, how do you justify the production of low quality, poorly animated, angry content a bad dad? So he's saying, I think what he's going for is the video was bad. Do you blame your father for it? And he goes on to say, how bad at fatherhood must I be to lead him to ignore all critical thinking outside of his narrative? I don't know who you're even referring to anymore. You are off your meds, and I'm sorry. Yeah. What do you say to that? What do you guys think? Was the video of poor quality? Because compared to what? I'm not entirely sure. And for a joke, I'd say it was pretty damn good quality for a joke. All right. I don't know what this is. This guy sends, since Dave won't criticize those evil interests, does that make him hashtag part of the problem? This guy is like calling out, he's trying to call out Dave Smith, I think. I don't know. It's just big, long, clearly a leftist tirade because I've already lost interest. You can go dig into it. I'm not trying to hide anything for Dave Smith. I don't care. I'm the one who attacked him, motherfucker. But I responded to that with, what video did you watch? That I don't know what this tirade was about, but it clearly had nothing to do with this video. Maybe they got the joke and there's like, just so you know, Dave Smith is actually a nasty person. But for all you people, cool your tits, because Dave Smith put this out because comedian Dave Smith actually has a bit of a sense of humor, coward as he may be. He said, I always knew some montage of controversial videos from my past would bring me down, but I didn't think it would be these ones. Anyway, I've been exposed. I'll be stepping back from podcasting to spend time with my family. We did it. We did it, you guys. He's done. We brought the beast down. brought him down. Making sure there's nothing else in that. We won, and he's gone. As far as I can tell, he hasn't posted since I started this episode, and I think he's gone. Cowardice beget cowardice or something. He's definitely not coming on this show anytime soon because I would never have a coward on. Oh shit! How'd that get there? I don't know. I don't know what anything is. The guy is clearly a coward. He's a piece of shit. What else we got here? He's a piece of shit. He needs to be brought down. And definitely don't tune into this show on January 26th at 7:30 p.m. Corn time. It has nothing to do with this conversation about Dave Smith coming on the show or anything like that. It doesn't have anything to do with that, but on January 26th at 7:30 p.m., definitely don't tune into this show and stuff. Okay? So, moving on. Can we move on? Oh wait, no. We gotta watch this a little bit. I'm not gonna spend that much more time on it. I know I spent a lot of time on it. I know I spent way too much time on it already, but we gotta talk about it a little bit. Where's my camera? Here we go. There we are. Okay. So this is the expose that I made of Dave Smith that I played at the beginning, but now we're going to talk about it a little bit. It's time for people to know the truth about
to focus on who I
Dave
respond
Smith.
to. So it's only blue check marks and anyone who calls me a Nazi.
So that was at Porkfest. For the people that don't know, I might over-explain this because I do that sometimes. I'm mansplaining it. I'm dansplaining it to you. At Porkfest, I made a joke. I said, like, you haven't come on my show. I've been reaching out to you, so I wanted to ambush you here. And he's like, okay, he made a joke back at me because he understood that it was a joke and said that he would only come on if I was blue checker on or called him a Nazi. And I called him a Nazi. He said, all right, let's do it. Let's set it up, whatever. You can go find that. It's on my YouTube channel and Odyssey and all that stuff. So go find that interview that I did with him at Porkfest. So the terms were set, obviously.
You call me a Nazi one time, I'll come on your podcast.
Nazi.
And then we can. All right, let's do it.
The deal was made, and there's Dave Smith's email showing that he sent me a direct message giving me his email address. He told me if you contact me here, it'll work out better. I've contacted him there once, and he has not responded to it yet, as we'll see here, right here. Look at this. There's my hold up. Here's my email. I know a lot of this stuff goes fast because that's how I intended it, because I do things deliberately, and I wanted you to have to watch it more than once, and I wanted to fit it all into a concise amount of time that you would actually watch it. So just giving you, my rationale for all my stupidity. If you want to take it and use it, by all means do so. But Video Guy Interview at Porkfest was the title of it, and I asked Dave Smith there. I was like, hey, you talk to me there and just remind you who I am and stuff. Let me move this. So I obviously photoshopped this down here that says, this is where the response should go. So this is just a screen grab of my inbox, typed in Dave Smith's email, and that's all that came up. I added that. So there's that. And for those that aren't familiar, I always put Easter eggs and shit into my videos, so it's fun to do a little breakdown here and talk about what everything means. This is on Break the Cycle, a Josh Smith show, which I'm going on tomorrow night, and I believe Dave Casey is going on as well. And Josh Denny, we're going to be talking about some conspiracy stuff on the Conspiracy Couch, so tune in there. I've got tons of episodes coming out, or tons of interviews, tons of guests coming on, tons of stuff lined up over the next 2-3 weeks. Stick around. Tomorrow, did you guys hear about the Massachusetts, Libertarian Party of Massachusetts thing? Yeah, we're talking about that tomorrow. I'm having somebody on to discuss that too, because as I always say, I don't like talking about LP corruption, but as long as it's there, I'm going to talk about it. And by I always say that, I mean I always say some form of that, but I think that's good. Somebody write that down, and I'm gonna use that. This was on back to this. This was on Break the Cycle, Josh Smith's show, with which Dave Smith was also on, along with Scott Horton, Liberty Lockdown Clint, Dave Casey, Top Lobster, Real Chase Geyser. Sorry, not super familiar with him, but this was the from the Thanksgiving episode. You can go check that out too as well. I'm calling you a coward. I'm like half-assedly just like, you didn't come on, so I'm calling you a coward. Everybody's laughing. I don't know. Maybe you don't get my sense of humor, but that's kind of it. Just like, hey, you bitch, come on my show. And yeah, I find it funny. The lie was told, and this is another interaction that we had on Twitter. Dave said, one more insult, and I swear I'm going to come on your show. So this has been like an ongoing back and forth joke that we've had for a while. And I said, politician, and he said, okay, I'm in. He still did not respond to things after that. So the rivalry continued.
And I will come on your show. Give me a date and
And I do just have some random screen grabs of things that I posted. I said the baby was all just a cowardly smokescreen to get out of coming on the show. There is no baby. I have the documents. Just me calling Dave Smith a coward and him continuing to ignore me as he should.
right now.
And let me see. What is this? Oh, yeah, just, yeah.
Be there.
Right now? Like, once you get to this point in the video, how do you not know that this is a joke? Like, we're clearly on an episode together, talking, laughing about a thing. He makes a joke that I'll come on your show, just set it up right now, I'll be there. And then he turns off his camera as a joke, and everybody's laughing. That should be the giveaway, but I guess it's still a little unclear for some folks. So then I go on to this thing. And this was part of why I decided to do this, and I thought it was funny. I thought it was important. I thought it was good. I was just like, I don't think Dave Smith is any of these things that people call him. I think that he's a cool dude. I want him to come on my show. I think he's a coward. I think that he's not coming on the show. I don't think he's not coming. It's not even a matter of think or not think. He's definitely not avoiding coming on the show because he's scared. That is 100% of the joke from the beginning. It always has been. He's a busy guy, and I'm just like an annoying weirdo who has a weird sense of humor, and I'm just like, yeah, he's just not coming on because he's scared. And then I kept pushing this coward thing for like months, and it's been like 6 months or so, and now all these other people call him. They have these accusations against him. I don't think he is those things. And Dave Smith, a coward. Well, his people did kill Christ. Oh, thank you for that. LMAO, fat, racist, burnt Chrysler? I don't know what that means. So, yeah, I put this in here. I thought this would be funny. Like, Dave Smith is not a homophobe, a transphobe, a Nazi, is whatever, a bigot, a racist. I even put in, so just so you know that that's all a joke as well, I put in murderer and comedian. He's not those things. He's a coward. It's not just for the joke. It's mostly for the joke. But there's a part of me that was like, if people are like going out and like, if he's going to start his political career, he's going to be getting smears left and right. All this stuff that, is definitely going to happen from people in power. And yeah, I think it would be better if we had some things out there that's like joking around about Dave Smith being like, hey, exposed, and it's a joke, and smart enough people will understand that. But I guess I'm probably giving the normies a little too much credit in that too. But having this type of stuff out here, I think it's funny. And I'm not trying to cover up anything Dave Smith's done, but from my understanding, it's 100% jokes, and I understand what he's going through a little bit now that I have this video that is pissing everybody off for a joke.
You are a coward.
Who doesn't get the jokes now, Dan? Says SDG. What do you mean, who doesn't get the jokes? I just spent a freaking half an hour showing you screen grabs of people who don't get the jokes. You probably meant that in a different way, but I don't care. Whatever. Thank you for your comment.
For continuing to refuse to go on the System Is Down podcast.
So I told Spike Cohen had this debate with Dave Smith, and I was like, hey, I'll do blank for you. I was going to do, like, I work with Spike Cohen on different projects and stuff, and I was like, I'll do this thing if you say this to Dave. It was like a joke. That was a joke as well, because I would have still done the thing, but he did it, and it was funny. That's it. So Dave Smith is a coward. Now, you get to this point in the video, and you're still not quite sure if this is a joke. This is a picture of angry Ron Paul and a quote saying, Dave Smith is a big fat coward for not going on The System Is Down, dash Ron Paul, in parentheses, probably. If you still don't know, that's on you. There's nothing left I can do for you.
Dan, if you're listening.
Oh, and here's where Getter came out, which is a website, apparently. Getter came out. I set up a Getter account, which is like, I don't know, Fed right Twitter probably. And I just posted it on there and said, at Comic Dave Smith, come on my show, you coward, because I saw that he was on there too. And then I screen grabbed that and shared it to Twitter and said, I will use my Getter exclusively for troll shaming Dave Smith for cowardice.
If you're listening, I will never go on your podcast now.
Everybody's laughing but you guys. You understand that, right? The people in the video are laughing. The person who made the video is laughing. The only person that's not laughing is you. And so I put this in here. It's got a bunch of the videos that I made for the campaigns and stuff, and for the Mises Caucus, and for the mandate video and all that. And I said, Dave, I could be using my video skills to advance liberty. Or for, quote, still not official yet presidential ads. You see where this is going. I'm promoting myself. I'm throwing in, hey, just a reminder, I'm the guy who made these videos, and I'm looking forward to probably working with you at some point in the not-too-distant future about certain things that are definitely not official or something. Just you know, getting attention, promoting my shit. Deal. I can't with you people.
I was going to call you tonight.
Instead, I'm wasting my time. Wasting my time with this shit, and you're to blame. So like I'm actually blaming Dave Smith that I'm spending time making a video to call out Dave Smith. Good lord. And we just got shots of me, super chatting on the more fortunate, apparently less offensive podcasts like Tower Gang and who was that? One of the Four Horsemen one on Naturalist Capitalist. Yeah, these other podcasts that still are allowed to super chat, but they pretend to be based. And this is actually from my DMs with Dave Smith, where he said, haha, let's talk tomorrow. And then the next day I said, all right, what's good? And I said, what days and times are best for you? And then he didn't respond. And I sent him like coward memes and you're scared, stop hiding memes. And I said, Dave, Nazi, coward. And I said, I will bribe all of your debate opponents to half-assedly shame you. Like, I'm sharing this. Clearly, I'm joking to Dave. I say clearly. It's apparently not clear. And stop hiding, Dave Smith. I've just got stock footage of a guy who's pretending to be scared in a very corny manner. Oh, and my personal favorite. I stuck this in at the end. This was from a screen grab of a conversation from another time that I was jokingly giving Dave Smith shit. Who is this? I can't see it on my app here. This is at Nave Ofer. Says, being an obnoxious bitch is a great way to increase the odds of that happening. That was what increase the odds of me getting him on the show. And I said, finally, someone understands. Thank you. And you're right, at Nave Offer. I'm sure that will probably never happen, but definitely don't tune into this show 2 weeks from now at 7:30 p.m. Just hypothetically. Then we go, what else do we got? Anything else? Oh, yeah. It's now or never, and then at the bottom I have, or whenever you're free, period, hit me up. Like, how are you getting... Did you guys even watch the video? I'm genuinely curious. The people who are angry about this thing, did you even watch the video at all? Like, at all? Also, being the nice person that I am, DaveSmithExposed.com was still available, and I purchased it, and now some asshole hater can't go and purchase it. I spent money on this thing, man. It was like $10. But yeah, who knows what we can use that for in the future. But we've got it now, guys. If you got any ideas, great. And then at the end, he says, you're fat and stupid. And people got angry about that. I spent way too much time on this. But hey, you know what you're in for when you come here sometimes. Now, we talked about the Libertarian Party's video, which last time I checked. Right now, let me refresh, just to make sure we're completely accurate. Let me refresh. If you don't know why this matters, you're gonna have to go back and listen to an older episode, because we're not getting into that. But I'm sure all of you do. And nope, that is not what I meant to hit at all. And I don't know what just happened. Oh, shit. Let me see. There we go. Okay, so this is their video. It currently has 41.8 views. Let's go to my profile and find the one now and get the most latest update. Let's see, 46.9K views. I have beat them by over 5,000 in less than a day. I put this out at 6 o'clock yesterday. It is 4 o'clock today. And I already have more than them on this. I know it's mostly because of Dave Smith, but I didn't do that as an accident. It's not an accident that I did something that worked really well. I just know how to play the system. I know what people want to see. They want to see something funny, something that they can relate to, and that's really all this was. And it may or may not have gotten exactly the outcome I was looking for. But just remember that this joke dumbass video that I did got 5,000 views more in the span of about 23 hours than no, we don't need to look at that again. Than the Libertarian Party one that was posted when? Posted October 6th, and allegedly cost them $30,000 and took them a month to create. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Never send a government to do the work of an individual. That is what I'm saying.